Hey y'all, it's Z and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about All American and some of the episodes so far. I've seen the most recent episodes, which was 6, 7, and 8. So I'm going to briefly go over some points. I have some points that I want to talk about that have stood out to me in these 3 episodes. And I just want to share my thoughts and opinions on each topic, and just give a review. And also feel free to comment below your thoughts and everything, what you feel, and if you don't agree or if you agree with things that I say. So I wrote some points down, but I don't remember which episodes these are from, so I'm just gonna go and talk about each point. So I'm going to bring up the Ashley and Olivia friendship. I'm glad that, Spencer was able to say how he felt about that, how he mentioned, how some of us was all saying, how you mentioned how Olivia never told Spencer that Ashley was not a girl. Spencer just assumed, because most Ashleys aren't guys. And honestly, I want to talk, that's another conversation, but it's just going to be brief. I just feel like, it feels like it was clear that the writers were just trying to make up some drama for their relationship, because, Ashley, y'all really trying to create some drama that y'all go name a guy Ashley, it's literally not, please comment down below if y'all have ever met a guy named Ashley, because I don't even, okay, I get it, Ashley, he's British, but I don't even think that's a British thing. I just think it was just a rare situation, and the writer's oh, what if we give the guy a girl name? But it's I get there are some names that are unisex, but Ashley, no, it is a high chance that it's always going to be a girl. That's not, I don't think that's a unisex name at all. If they did a unisex name, okay, but I feel like they was just trying to create some mess for them. I feel like the writing for the drama, this situation, this problem was very unnecessary. They did not have to write it all. They could have, if they were going to create some drama, they could have came up with something better, than this. This was kind of dumb. And I'm glad it's over anyway. I'm glad they didn't drag it out too long. But yeah, so I knew, I get it. Ashley and Olivia, it's a guy and girl friendship. And part of me had to feel is he really just a friend for real? But then, it comes out. And by the way, if you have not seen the episodes, do not watch this video. But anyway, it comes out where Ashley's I actually developed feelings for you. I want more. And it's part of me was wow, I knew it. Because, it's okay, he a friend, but some of the things he was doing was weird for a friend, for a guy friend. Because, for example, he was spending a night over, he was at one point spending a night over Olivia's house. And, that's kind of weird. I could see a guy being open to that, if he, liked the girl. Oh, I'm going to spend a night over the girl that I like's house, but she's also my friend. But it's also, if you're a guy that respects the boundaries and understands that she's just a friend, and, you would understand, hey, I'm not finna do that. I'm finna get my own hotel or whatever. But anyway, so I had a feeling that he really did like Olivia, and it turns out he does. And it's it kind of just proves how I personally feel. I feel when it comes to guy and girl friendships, yes, it is possible, but it's a good chance that someone's gonna catch feelings. Especially if you're attracted to them. If somebody happens to be attracted to the other person, it's gonna be an even stronger chance that you might develop feelings for that friend. And so them showing this, that he developed feelings for her, I was wow, it kind of supports how I feel about guy and girl friendships. But not saying even though it is possible it can work, again, like I said, Most times somebody's catching feelings. But I feel like the main problematic thing, because, you know, I feel like the problem that Spencer simply had was Olivia wasn't being upfront, that telling him that Ashley was a guy. I feel like if she told him that, he would have been like, okay. But also another thing is, Ashley was a new friend. Now, if it was a friend that maybe Olivia had known for a while, okay. But Ashley was a new guy friend, so it's kind of like a new guy friend. So it's kind of like, what is the guy's intentions? You know, like it's kind of like different when you have new friends. And this is for other relationships too, when a guy has new like friends that are girls and it's not friends they've been friends with before the relationship started or whatever. But anyway, that's my thoughts on that. And you know, with the portrait and everything, I thought that was kind of weird. You know, Olivia basically, you know, said what it was, you know, came up to this beach house just wanting to basically start stuff, basically so many words. And you know, the portrait was okay. I mean, it was cool, but it looked like Olivia, like, but it kind of didn't. It was, I don't know. But, you know, that was kind of weird, you know. Just, like, so many things where it's like, bro, yeah, he liked her. And it's like, that was kind of weird. But for the next topic, the letters that Billy left behind. It was cool to see Billy on screen again after they killed him off. And, you know, Tay, if y'all don't know, Tay wanted to leave the show. That's why he was killed off. He didn't want to, he just didn't want to be on the show. I guess he just got tired of being a part of the show, which is sad. But it was good. It was good seeing him on screen. And I'm sure he had a good time too, you know, filming just one episode. You know, he was getting paid some money or whatever. And I'm sure the cast enjoyed having him on set again for the few days, however long it took to film it. But, you know, I was glad that, you know, the characters, Olivia and Spencer and Jordan got to like hear more from him, even though it was through a paper. It was something that they never heard of him say before, so it was new, you know. So I'm glad they got to experience that, and I'm glad that I got to see him on camera again or whatever. So that was nice. And then when Laura was like, oh, Spencer was like, oh, I shouldn't take this, and I get what Spencer was saying, like, you know, I shouldn't take this. This is personal. And Spencer was like, didn't he leave you something behind? He was talking to Laura. And Laura was like, no, but I talk to him every day, you know, which, you know, that's a valid reason. You know, she slept with him. They was married. They did a lot of things together. So she got to experience, like, honestly, probably more of him than any other person. So, you know, she's got to see enough of him. She's got to experience enough of him, hear enough of him to where I would say she's satisfied, you know, content, you know. And so with the third point, oh, and I want to add, it was funny when Billy was like telling both Spencer and Olivia, oh, you're my favorite twin. Like, that is something he would do. Tell both of them, you're my favorite twin. Like, and I wonder, like, in the upcoming episodes, one of them is going to mention, like, oh, by the way, in the letter, Dad told me I was his favorite twin. Like, and then the other one's going to be like, wait, he told me that too. And then they'll have a laugh about it. I wonder if they'll bring that up later on in the show. It would be cool if they did. But if they didn't, it would be understandable. Because it's like, in reality, let's say I'm a twin. In reality, would you want to, like, just for anybody, let's say you have a twin. Would you want to tell your twin, hey, our deceased dad told me I'm the favorite? Like, in reality, I feel like most people wouldn't want to do that because that's kind of hurtful, you know? It's kind of sad. So, but anyway, I feel like I could definitely, because Jordan's kind of immature, so I could definitely, like, see Jordan bring that up, like, if Olivia and Jordan have, like, an argument, and Jordan be like, oh, by the way, in the letter, Dad told me I'm the favorite twin, so, Like, I could see him bringing that up because he is a bit immature. He is a bit immature, so I can see him bringing that up. But, the next point I want to bring up is Miss Baker dating again. Laura's mother was like, you know, mother came over talking about, oh, you need to date again. And I'm going to bring this up because Laura's mother was like, you know, Billy's been passed, you know, it's been a year. You should get out there. I'm thinking, a year, like, that's not that long at all. That is not that long. For the love of your life, someone you've been married to for years to pass a year ago, that's still, even though a year, like, and in terms of life in general, a lot can happen in a year, but still at the same time, losing someone, whether it's a breakup, you know, losing someone, that is not long at all. That can still, the feelings can still feel kind of fresh, you know? So, you know, I feel like the mom was kind of insensitive saying that. And it's like, you're up in age, you're the mom. You should know that a year is not long to deal with the grief. Granted, people do grieve differently, but still, that's still not long at all. It would be different. It was like, oh, I don't know, maybe 10 years had passed or something like that, but it's only been a year. So if Laura decides not to date, it would be understandable, you know? But if she does, you know, again, people grieve differently. So some people may feel better with the year past. Other people don't. They don't want to date for years. So I just feel like that was really crazy. And honestly, personally, if they were to ask me, I feel like Laura shouldn't date right now. I feel like she shouldn't date, you know? I feel like it would be more realistic if she didn't date, you know? Especially since it's just been a year. So I feel like if they didn't have her date and she's like, oh, no, I don't want to date right now, I feel like that would be cool. But near the end of the episode, when I forgot who, but somebody saw that Laura had a dating profile set up, like, it kind of looked like she was, like, open to getting on her. Like, she had that look, maybe I should try it. But we'll see. That's just my thoughts. Next point I want to talk about is, I have a paper, y'all, by the way. That's what I'm looking at. Next point I want to talk about is Dion getting kicked out. I feel like, I just want to bring this up because I like the way how Spencer and Olivia handled the situation. You know, Olivia backed Spencer up, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, the way, like, as Spencer was reading the diary of Billy, and the way it was this one scene where it's, like, basically, like, Olivia was telling Spencer, you know, you don't have to do this by yourself, come back to bed. And I guess that's the same thing that Laura told Billy back in the time when Spencer was living with them or whatever, and dealing with Spencer as a teenage boy, just how Dion is a teenage boy. So I feel like that was interesting. You know, like, it kind of felt a bit realistic in a way how, like, you know, Olivia is Laura's daughter, and basically Laura and Olivia said the same thing. You know, come back to, like Laura said, come to bed, Billy. You don't have to do this by yourself or something like that. And Olivia said the same thing to Spencer. I say it's kind of realistic because, you know, like, Olivia is the daughter of Laura, and sometimes when it comes to, like, children, you grow up and see, like, your parents can influence you. You can pick up some of the same mannerisms, or just some of the same sayings, some of the same thought processes. You know, that's also how generational trauma passes, stuff like that. So it's like, I feel like I liked how they included that. It was different, you know, because, you know, some children can be just like their parents in a way, or similar to their parents, you know. And in that way, Olivia was similar to Laura, you know, just reassuring Spencer, telling him to come to bed, you know, you don't have to do this by yourself, blah, blah, blah. But I like the way that Spencer and Olivia handled the Dion situation, you know. It just made me think, man, when they have kids, which I don't think All American's gonna get to that point, and honestly, I don't think they should. I think they should wrap it up soon, you know, when he goes to the NFL and stuff like that. But anyway, it just made me think, you know, hypothetically, just in the future or whatever, in general, like, oh, when they have kids, like, they're gonna be good parents, you know. I can already see that, you know. Just them handling how they handle conflict and stuff like that with Dion. It was like, you know, and it was like good or whatever. But the next point I'm gonna talk about is Jordala. Where do I even start? Layla was telling Jordan, you know, basically I need to take a step back, you know, we don't need to get married right now, blah, blah, blah. I need to focus on my mental health. Basically, that's what she was saying. And, you know, Jordan was like, I get it, you know, if you don't want to be married, I get it, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, part of me had a feeling like, oh, part of me was like, oh, yes, like, are they finna break up? Because, honestly, I do not want them to be together. Like, they do not have much chemistry. Jordan is immature, and it's like, why can you not be with somebody outside of the vortex? Like, that is just weird. You know, like, Layla kissed Jordan's lips, right? I mean, not Jordan, I'm sorry. You know Layla kissed Spencer's lips, right? And Spencer is also kind of like your brother and also your teammate on the football team. You know, that is weird. Like, so I don't really like them together. And it's other reasons too. I can make a whole video on it. I already talked about it briefly in another video that I had made. But I just also feel like, you know, for Layla's mental health, it's best that they're not together. Like, you know, like she said, the marriage triggered them. But, you know, she did say, you know, Jordan's not like her father and everything. Blah, 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 blah. Just reassuring him. And, you know, she was like, but I still want to be together, just not be married right now, you know, but whatever. I was just like, dang. But it is what it is. It is what it is. At least I'm glad that the marriage is being held off, because I do feel like they're really young, and I feel like Jordan was just in the heat of the moment. He's like, oh my God, I really like this girl, I want to marry her. And it's like, dang, you was just finna get married to Simone. Wait, weren't they married already? I don't remember, but you was just getting married, proposed to another girl, and you broke up with her. You know, slow down. But that's how I feel about that. And I can understand where Jordan's coming from. You know, Jordan, you know, what's her name? The way you have to find out that she was weaning off was from that guy, you know, that her job partner or whatever, you know. But I also get where Layla's coming from. And Spencer brought up a point to Jordan, which was a good point. You know, Spencer was like, Layla has been dealing with this since high school. She's tried therapy, she's tried this and that. You know, basically saying like she knows what works and what doesn't, you know. And, you know, it's not as easy as it sounds, basically, which is so true, you know. So I like that he brought that up, because, you know, Jordan's like, oh, why can't she do this? Why can't she do that? Because, like, maybe she's tried it and she knows it doesn't work, you know? And then another thing, a pattern that I've noticed is there are times when Jordan may come to Olivia or Spencer about something, about, you know, their relationship or something like that, or just in general. And, like, I notice in times, just in different situations, like, they be having to give Jordan advice. Just like with Spencer telling, was it Spencer? Yeah, I think Spencer telling Jordan, like, hey, like, maybe you could, like, do some research, you know, on ways that Layla can get some help, you know, and stuff like that. And just suggest them to her so she can have options. And then, you know, when Jordan rekindles with Layla and, you know, has a sit down and, you know, basically apologize and stuff like that, and says, and also I also found some, like, options that you can try or whatever. And, you know, Layla was like, really? Like, you really did that, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah. And it's like, it's sweet, you know. In retrospect, yes, that is sweet. But it's also like, that was not even his original thoughts. Spencer had to tell him that. It's kind of like, it just kind of brings, I guess this kind of ties in the immaturity of Jordan, how it's like, there are like things, like thoughtful things, like for example, I don't know how to phrase this. It's like you're with someone, right? And you want to help them, right? Like they're just simple things where it's like it should come to yourself. So it's like the fact that Jordan couldn't think on his own. Let me try and look up some options, do some research on different things that my girlfriend could try that could help with her mental health. Like he didn't come up with that on his own. Spencer had to tell him. And it's just like little stuff like that. He always has to get advice for stuff because he's just kind of like immature in certain areas. And it's like, some things he just doesn't really think for real. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I don't know if I'm making sense. But, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm glad that holding off the marriage. I do not think they should be together, but they are going to be together anyway. It is what it is. But, yeah. And then the last point I want to talk about is Asher and his relationship. I just want to bring up how I didn't like how, like, because first of all, you know, I don't know, Jamie, because I was going to say, I don't know her name, but Jamie, you know, at first I was like, why is Jamie tripping? Like, shouldn't she be happy that he's playing football again, blah, blah, blah. But then come to find out, like, Asher never told Jamie that she got cleared. And then also the fact that, like, Asher lied that for months he was going up north for this health stuff when Asher was lying to Jamie, telling her, oh, it's for recruiting, you know. And that's messed up. Like, I feel like, yeah, he said he was going to tell her, so I feel like he wanted to keep it a surprise, be like, oh, for months I've been doing this and I just got cleared. Like, I feel like I get where he's coming from. He wanted to surprise her with that, probably. But it's also like, that's not cool. Y'all got a kid together. Y'all in a relationship. And that's a serious health thing. Like, you could lose your life. And, like, you should have told her that you was going up. Like, you should have told her that you was going to all these appointments. And I think she said that he was doing it every month or twice a week or something like that. It was frequently, like. And he didn't tell her. And that was wrong of him. He should have did that. And he also should have told her that he got cleared. Like, all it takes is a simple text or a call. Like, he could have did that before he started doing that little practice with, like, the teammates or whatever on the team. But Jamie pulled up and saw him play. Like, and it's like, what are the odds? Because we've never seen Jamie pull up to watch him play or watch him be on the field or whatever. But that time, you just so happened to be playing. And, like, he's like, he never told her that he got cleared. You should have just texted or at least called her and be like, hey, I got cleared. I'm finna do some drills on the field. Don't worry, blah, blah, blah. Like, he could have at least did that. But other than that, that's it. I kind of feel like Asher and Jamie relationship is boring as well. Like, if they wrote their relationship off, like, if they wrote the characters off, it would not bother me at all. Like, because they're not as interesting to me, and I feel like the show can do without them. Now, I feel like there is going to be one interesting point coming up, is the fact that Asher's team is going to be playing against Spencer and Jordan's team in the championships. That's going to be interesting. But that's, like, been the one interesting thing in a while. Like, I feel like they should write him off because, as we may have noticed, if you didn't notice already, what's his name? I forgot his name, but the goofy guy that was, like, big, and, like, he was also on the team too, and he also kind of had, like, a bit of an alcoholic problem. I forgot his name, but the goofy guy. They basically wrote him off because they mentioned him like a few episodes ago, and he was like, oh yeah, he's in Tibet doing blah 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 blah. I forgot his name, y'all, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The other one that used to live with them at the beach house. They wrote him off, obviously, because, like, you're in Tibet, what are you doing? Like, they obviously wrote him off, which was cool because he didn't really add much to the story anyway. But I feel like they should do right off Asher and Jamie off too, to be honest. But anyway, y'all, that's my thoughts. Comment below your thoughts again on the past few episodes or just the season in general. Do y'all agree or disagree with some of the things I said? Blah blah blah. But anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see y'all later.